Are you tired of feeling drained, dealing with constant fatigue, and experiencing ongoing health issues? Imagine living a life full of energy and vitality. Welcome to Toxic-Free Living, the transformative detox course designed for a healthier, toxin-free lifestyle. Many struggle with unknown toxins in their everyday environments, which are found in our food, homes, and personal care products. These hidden culprits can weigh you down, both physically and mentally. Introducing our 4-week online comprehensive detox course, starting November 13th, 2024. Dive into a personalized journey, tailored specifically to your health needs and toxin exposure, ensuring effective and lasting change. Unlike one-size-fits-all detox programs, Toxic-Free Living offers a customized approach. Develop your unique detox roadmap with expert guidance covering everything from assessing your toxic load to sustainable lifestyle changes. Gain insight into everyday toxins and discover practical strategies to replace them with nourishing alternatives. You'll learn simple, effective steps that seamlessly integrate detox practices into your daily routine. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to Sarah, who regained her energy and overcame hormonal imbalances, or Mark, who found relief from chronic health conditions. They and many others have revitalized their lives through our program. Ready to take control of your health? Join us and embark on a journey to detoxify your home, body, and mind. With limited spaces available, now is the perfect time to act. Click the link to secure your spot today. Start your toxic-free journey today and embrace a life of vitality and well-being. Remember, a healthier you awaits with Toxic-Free Living. Transform your life for the better. Join us now and take the first step towards a vibrant, toxin-free future.
Hey everyone, this is David Ellis and I'm here with Amy Kruzik on the Integrative Healing Network. And today we have a very interesting topic for those of you who are counselors or who are clients of counselors. Amy, tell us about that topic.
So the topic I came up with was dependency, codependency, enablers. Can we define them?
First of all,
I
think that dependency is when you develop an unhealthy relationship. Actually, dependency doesn't have to always be unhealthy, but when you develop a relationship where there's either a quid pro quo arrangement put into place. So as an example, you can become dependent on drugs, you can become dependent on people, you could become dependent on anything. Now, it's kind of funny because dependency has changed over the years. You remember back in the 60s where the man went out and went to the office, smoke a cigar, whatever, came back home, and there was a woman waiting at home for him with a hot cooked meal and all of that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, so a lot of people would look at that as dependency. In rural areas, you would find that people are dependent on each other because, well, their lives depend on it. So neighbors are dependent on each other. So you fix my roof one day, I'll help you fix your fence. So there's dependency, but some dependency can be kind of in the line of cooperation. And some dependency can be kind of in the line of, I need you. My life is meaningless without you.
Yeah. And then that can turn into codependency, where they're looking for validation.
Yeah, now that's an unhealthy relationship between people for sure.
Yeah.
So as an example, let's check the lyrics of a few songs. I can't live with or without you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. How do I breathe without you?
I can't live with or without you.
Yeah, that means that you're dead. But
Yes.
So I can't live with or without you. How do I breathe without you? You are the air that I breathe. All I need is the air that I breathe and to love.
Yeah,
Like, you remember those songs?
I
Yeah,
do.
Codependency made musical.
Yes.
So
Wow,
that's your
what?
healthy relationship. Come on.
Yeah, that was imprinted on our brains, wasn't it?
Yes, it was imprinted on a whole bunch of people's brains when they were growing up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
codependency is an unhealthy relationship with people, and it usually goes both ways, hence the term codependent. So if you have a man, as an example, who believes I am the bomb
Mhm.
and the detonator and the charging device and the explosive all together, and then you have a woman who believes that she is like the dirt that people walk on,
The doormat.
yeah, who has self-esteem issues, then that person and that man get together. She praises him, he puts her down. There's an unhealthy relationship developing, and so they become codependent on each other for certain kinds of validation.
Okay. How do people know that they're in that? What would be some of the, I mean, maybe people like that too, right?
Some people like it, yes.
Yeah, some people are like, okay, it's almost as if you just give up on yourself and just say, okay, I'm just going to go with this.
So you asked a very interesting question there. How do people know they're in that?
Yeah.
If your partner or the individual you're in a codependent relationship goes away on holiday and you have a panic attack,
Yes.
you're in a codependent relationship.
Yes.
If it is that you need to know where that person is every day, every hour of every day, you're in a codependent relationship.
Or you're following them on your phone,
Ah, yes, correct.
right? Like, what is that about? Is that a trust thing or, well,
It's a codependent thing,
yeah.
which is wrapped up into the whole concept of trust and self-esteem issues and so on. I think
Mhm.
a lot of people think that some of the things that they do are, yeah, man, these are the things that husband and wives do. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not. So you're following your husband on the phone. You're checking out up on him at work. You're calling your wife multiple times a day. That might be a good thing. I mean, it's not just a message saying, I love you,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Right.
Not just a random message. It's like, I'm sending one at 9, I'm sending one at 12, I'm sending one at 3, and then I'll come back home, okay? Right? Yeah, that's not normal, right? A lot of people would be watching this broadcast saying, David, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
It means that you're actually timing the amount of times that you send that woman that message at certain times, which is very inorganic,
Mm-hmm.
which means that you have an agenda, which means that, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. All right. What would you just said what the man might or the woman, would that be the woman that you just said was following
Well,
the man?
both of them could be that, right? Like as an example, and we covered this before. If you marry a man for money, you are in a codependent relationship. Why? Because you have decided that you can't get a job and make money on your own, which is self-defeating and has a low self-esteem attached to it, right? So you're in a
Yes.
codependent relationship. And if
Yeah.
the man who's the traditional provider is, a man has a traditional provider instinct. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Should theoretically have a traditional provider instinct. However, Amy, some men take this protective instinct as a sort of financial, what do you call this? Financial manipulation.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to get your nails done this week? Well, you got to make me happy.
Yeah.
Never a good thing.
Or uh or it's like I make the money, so that's my money, so you need to ask for money. What about that type of relationship?
Yes.
because
Yes.
you stay at home and you take care of the kids, but I make the money, so I need to follow the money trail. I need,
Yes. Yes. Like putting little seeds where the birds come and peck at it.
yes,
Right? Yeah. And
yes.
you have a human being. That is financial enslavement. It's never a good thing.
Mm-mm.
Never a good thing at all.
No,
So
not a
yeah,
good thing at all.
I think a lot of people are in codependent relationships. They don't know it. It just feels natural to them.
But what about the woman that okay, that let's use that relationship, and she's like, well, now it's almost as if she understands what's happening. Oh, okay, I feel I'm dependent on him. Then she may sneak around that, get a secret credit card. I'm sorry,
It
but
sounds like a client. It sounds like that's a client situation, isn't it, Amy? Okay.
um,
So here's the thing, right?
there's a sneakiness right there because they get clever and they're like, they feel disempowered, right? Like, oh,
I
now
think,
he's,
yeah, honestly, I think certain people figure out that they're in codependent relationships a little bit late in the game,
mm-hmm,
and then they do sneaky things,
mm-hmm.
such as I know the nail appointment costs $20, but I'm going to ask for 40 and pocket the 40 and save
Yes.
it so that I can get myself out of this prison and get financial freedom and so on. And a lot of people do that.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people do that.
And then there is the whole enabler situation.
Mm. Okay. Okay. An
That
enabler would be they support the behaviors
is correct.
of,
Correct. So, yeah, they support the behaviors, they enable it, and it's exactly what it says it is. It's enabling, right? So, as an example, um, if somebody's a deadbeat,
yeah.
you don't have to get a job. No, 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 it's okay.
Yeah.
You can get a job tomorrow or the day after.
Oh gosh.
Oh, you don't have to quit drinking right now. No, no, no. You can do that tomorrow or next week after that reunion that we're going to, because you're way more fun when you drink as opposed to not.
Right. Okay. So wait a minute. It came to me. So there's a payoff for the enabler to be doing this.
Yes, the payoff is that the person thinks that you're their friend and that you're in their corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're afraid that in the corner. I remember there was a young lady that I met. We were doing broadcasts and stuff like that at the time. That was years ago. And she was like, I don't think I can do the broadcast thing. And I'm like, should I be like other people and say, well, when you're ready, you can do the broadcast thing? Or should I just, set up a broadcast for her? And let me tell you, it worked out better than I could have hoped. So sometimes it is better to stop enabling people in certain kinds of behavioral patterns and to, that cliff that they're looking down, just right? and then and then and then you see that they can actually swim. They can absolutely swim and be awesome. So
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people who are enabling, if you're listening to this would be your sign.
Mm-hmm.
Stop enabling people. Get them to do what they're supposed to actually be doing in order to become fully functional human beings. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so close together, right? Enabling and codependency.
Mhm.
Because they can switch roles at times,
Correct.
right? They can kind of like, oh, you helped me, so I'm going to help you. And they stay in that. It just feels like a loop to me,
I
right?
think I think the most we see the role switching that you're talking about happen
Yeah.
is in like where there's drugs in a household. So the alcoholic wants to reform and go to AA. The
Mm-hmm.
enabler says we could do that next week after the reunion. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? But then what happens after that is that the person who enables that person may have a situation where they have an anxiety disorder. And the alcoholic will tell them, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because they interpret it in their minds as a kind of compassion. They have
Yes.
to stop drinking, right? So they interpret it as a kind of compassion to each other, right? You see this word compassion, it's very, very tricky,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is such a thing as too far east is west, right? So when you are overly compassionate to people, you enable them. And
Yeah.
so, as an example, if somebody is being like has a dependency on drugs or any kind of addiction, it is not in their best interest for you to tell them, you could do this next week, or it's okay, you can do this after. No, get it over with now.
Mm-hmm. It's that tough love kind of thing.
Sometimes tough love is
Yeah.
advised, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes it isn't, but sometimes it is advised.
I also think that codependency and enablers, it's kind of a thing like a game. And it's like to avoid the confrontation that's actually happening, the elephant in the room.
More
Yeah?
like, more like the dinosaur.
The dinosaur. Right? Because the discomfort and the conflict, that ensues there.
Let me give you a classic, well, not over the top, but a classic enabler codependency dependency problem. The husband likes golf. You've ever heard of the phenomenon golf widow?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The husband likes golf. The woman has a problem with the fact that he likes golf. Let me break it down easily. Men like sports. Now,
Mhm.
I can't relate because I'm
Yeah.
not spending hours in front of a television looking at sports. No. Okay? I'm just not going to do it, right? So like the husband likes sports or is a golfer or whatever else. The woman has a problem with the fact that she is not getting attention because the husband likes golf or sports. So when the Super Bowl comes around, don't talk to me, don't do anything. I don't want to know anything. Don't ask me to throw the garbage. No, none of that. And so, because he likes that, what she does is she tries to play golf. Or she tries to like the Super Bowl, but she hates the Super Bowl, okay? She hates that stuff. And she tries to get into the game. And he's like, oh, I really like you because now because you like what I like. But the truth of the matter is that she doesn't like what she likes. She just wants to be in his good graces with him or whatever else, right?
Yeah.
Right. Funny enough, a lot of the times the situation doesn't go the other way. So, as an example, the woman may like arts and craft. You see a lot of men running up into the arts and crafts.
No.
You see a lot of men making doilies or anything like that. No. So sometimes that's a basic enabler codependency situation. So she's enabling his dysfunction because it is a dysfunction that when the Super Bowl is on, you don't care about nothing else but that. The television is now your God, right? You're married to the television, you're temporarily divorced from your wife, and you're married to the television. So is that a good thing? No, that would be a classic codependency situation.
Yeah.
A lot of people take it as, well, that's just the way it is. That's the way it's always been. My parents did the same thing. So but it is codependency and it is enabling, absolutely.
Wow. Now that was a very subtle example. That's like really subtle.
Correct.
To see. Ooh. Wow. Okay.
You want me to give you other illustrations? Because I have a few of them. I've been in practice.
Okay.
You and I have been in practice long enough. We have a few of them between us.
Why not? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, let me give you a very practical situation. You have a therapist, and this is a danger for all the therapists who are listening to this.
Mhm.
The client depends on you to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean depends, right? So let's say you're a massage therapist, and people are like, "Oh, my massage therapist, I have to go to my massage therapist at XYZ time, at whatever time, whatever the case may be." And then you find out that your therapist is going on vacation to Cuba. You find out that your therapist is going on vacation to Cuba, and you're freaking out. What am I going to do without my massage? I don't understand.
Panic
You had
attack.
that kind of situation. You have a panic attack.
Yeah.
People have panic attacks when their therapists are going. A lot of people have unhealthy relationships with their therapists and their doctors or whatever else, because they just depend on them to be there.
Yeah, they do. Well, that has to be, what is that? Why would you think your doctor, you're at your beck and call all the time?
Because the doctor enables them, because the doctor makes money off of their dependency on him.
Wow, yeah.
Or the therapist makes money off of the dependency on him. So you're not actually trying to get someone to stand on their own feet and take charge of their health and ownership of their health.
Mm-hmm.
You're just billing them.
Yeah.
And that person becomes part of your rent income for the month, right? And so a lot of people become very dependent on their therapists and their doctors or whatever the case may be. Which brings us to the other part of the thing. What does empowerment look like? I'm going to throw that one to you, Amy.
Well, to me, what came to mind is empowerment would be just being yourself, being who you are, empowered by your own, I'm going to say, engine inside, right?
Yeah, because you're not siphoning energy off of people to make yourself, well, for want of a better word, enabled. Right?
Yeah.
To make yourself able and ready to look life in the eye and all that sort of stuff. So a lot of people, when they think of the word empowerment, they think of, I don't know, running naked through a forest. There's some ridiculous people who believe that empowerment is just letting it all hang out. Look at me.
Yeah.
Empowered. No, empowered could be something as simple as like, I'm going to do my dishes, do my chores, make my bed, and I am going to step out into the world, go do the groceries, come back and do so on. There's empowerment in that. Nobody pushed you to go do it. You're doing it out of your own steam, in your own engine.
Exactly. Yeah, that starts young too, I believe. That empowerment thing.
Yes, I think when your parents and your peers encourage you to be standalone entities in the world, functioning off of their own capacity, so to speak, then you grow up to be an empowered person. But if you have people that are enabling you and weakening you from birth, saying, "Oh, little Johnny, he can't jump over the fence. You don't have to walk just yet. You could wait a few years to learn to walk."
Oh my God. Yeah.
Then that child will grow up to be, how should I put it? The kind of child I think that they could put stuff off, and they wait for encouragement from people to become fully functioning adults. So that's also
validation.
Foundational awareness is a very important thing.
Yeah, that's so true. Wow. Well, then what would be some of the ways to resolve these issues that you don't think you have, but all of us have had them, right? Or have them still. They can be microscopic and they can be big. Like some of them hit you in the face and it's like, oh, okay. And then some are microscopic where it's like, I didn't even realize I was doing that.
Okay, so this is going to be controversial. So if
Yeah.
you guys are watching this broadcast, you guys are not going to like what I'm about to say. A lot of people think that following in the footsteps of their parents is a good and honorable thing. It may not be, because if you're still practicing the Ozzie and Harriet, Leave It to Beaver, right? And what else? Hazel, all of those
Hazel.
old shows, you have old shows, and you're like, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to go find myself a husband or a wife. I'm going to marry that girl or marry that man. And then we're going to live in a house together with 2.5 kids and a picket fence. And a picket fence, and everything is going to go swimmingly. Okay, the ratio of that going well is like below 1%. I know of only one case where a woman married a high school sweetheart and is still married very happily. So I know of one case, only one case.
Only one? Wow, only one.
Yeah, I only know of one case, Amy. Right? I only know of one case. There will be ups and downs and there will be trials and tribulations, but 9 times out of 10, the statistics for that happening are slim to none. So how about you paddle your own canoe and you approach life from how it feels to you, as opposed to trying to copy a template that your parents put down.
Yeah, that darn template. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I just think that people who do that are not empowered. They just follow the template that was given to them.
Which I would have to say that I followed the template and then I got rid of the template and did it on my own. And for those of you out there, how I started was doing the inner journey of yourself, because I never really reflected that inside part, right? All the patterns and the belief systems and from everybody you grew up with around you, starting to dissect them. And where'd that thought come from? Why do I have that thought? And you build yourself, you get rid of them, and you can make your own thoughts. How about that?
Yep. Here's the thing, right? People follow this template primarily because they think they have no other option. So let's give them names. Little Becky goes to school. Little Becky, around 13, decides, oh, I'm different, so I can't play with the boys anymore. In her teenage years, she's looking for the potential husbands of the future.
Yep.
She goes to high school, she may go to university, as the case may be, and she's looking for the husband. Okay, so she meets the husband, and she thinks she has to do certain things to procure the husband, because that's what the template tells you to do. Okay. Small issue. Little Johnny goes to school. Around 12, 13 years old, he realizes there are changes to my body, etc., etc., etc. And around 16 or so on, he is not looking for the husband, for the wife, sorry.
Right.
That's not what he's looking for. That's not what the template told him to do. The template told him to look for the best woman that he can find and have some fun along the way. That's what the template told him to do. And so what he's doing is a straining process of out of the 10 women, 2 or 3 of them are possible long-term partners. That's his modus operandi.
Mm-hmm.
Things have changed. So it's on both genders now, both sexes, okay? And so you have a situation where what's happening is that he's doing a screening process to try to find the best life partner for him. Okay? And each one of these people that he goes through is trying to be a life partner for somebody. Nobody wants to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, even in that statement I just made, nobody wants to be alone. That is a lack of empowerment. So he doesn't think that he could live his life alone, theoretically, and she can't live a life alone. So they're looking for, and they're trying to strain out and so on people, and straining them out means dating them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
The problem is when you date a lot of people, the chances of you encountering trauma are high because a lot of people are not necessarily the nicest.
Correct.
So you become jaded as a result, and toxicity develops as a result. And so a lot of people do not understand that sometimes it's not so cool to follow the template.
Yeah. Wow. So make your own template.
Correct. Do the thing that you need to do to get to where you want to go, as opposed to where society or your parents or whatever told you had to get to.
Yeah. And you can still have a relationship partner, whatever, and you can be with them still, even though you're in your own template. You're doing like parallel. It's just like parallel.
Correct. A lot of people don't see that though, Amy. A lot of people think that they just go through life thinking that I'm just going to follow this template and it'll work out well.
Well, that's what I was doing, and come to realize that, oh my goodness, we can live parallel lives and still be together.
Correct. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
And avoid situations where you get into codependency, etc. as well.
Yeah, because yeah. That's so true.
Yes, because to be your own person is a wonderful thing.
It is. It really is. And it doesn't matter how late you found out either to be your own person. Don't get all caught up in like, yeah, but forget it, like give up, like forget it. I'm this age. And
I suppose I should probably ask the question for those of you in the audience who are watching this broadcast. Short question. Would you be the kind of man who dies and says, wonderful father and provider, or the woman that dies and on the gravestone it says, wonderful wife and mother? Let's decide how your legacy is going to be left in this world, and then you can understand what it means to be empowered as opposed to being an enabler or enabled person.
And can I add something to that now that you brought up gravestone? The day you were born and the day you die, what happens with that dash in between? That's what you got to look at.
Correct.
The dash.
What will that sentence be?
Well, that would. Oh, yeah.
Templates.
Yeah, like, what do you want your dash to be in between those dates, right?
Correct. And so, guys, we've come to the end of our broadcast. Let us know what you thought about our discussion. If you think you're following the template, if you are an enabler, whether you are a codependent person or you're just dependent, right? Or whatever the case may be, let us know in the comments below. Amy, please give these people a way to get a hold of you.
Yes, come to our UCM community, Universal Citizen Media, and at community.citizen, why do I always forget this? community.universalcitizentv.com. Or you can get a hold of me at pinkmoonlodgepodcast@gmail.com.
And you can reach me at info@unifiedhealthsystems.com. We do DNA testing, and we do a number of different very interesting therapies for you guys. Amy forgot to mention that she is a trained counselor. So if you need a counselor, please contact Amy or myself. Right? Thank you guys for watching.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye.